We'll unbox a SKETCHBOX with me. Alright guys, so I've been getting these for quite some time. I normally get these for my students, and I will be bringing it into work with me to hand it to my kids. I get these because my kids come from a Title I school. We don't get a huge budget to give the kids great supplies. And I think these are great, especially for my AP kids I give these to learn how to use different supplies and check it out. So this one, I'm a little behind, so please forgive me. You're going to have several videos of these. This one is from December. Okay, so let's unbox it. Alright, I had already cut it open. So it comes just like this. Okay, with some tissue paper. And inside of this one, they always give you a sticker, sometimes of what's already in there. So here's an example. This is a Korean brand fine tip paint liner brush. Is it a paintbrush? I think it's just an thin liner brush. It always comes with the instruction, well, not really an instruction manual. This is newer. They started doing these probably like within the last year. Alright, so it tells you what was made with the last SKETCHBOX, and it has somebody with the artist. But if you open it, it has all the supplies in it as well. So on this side, it has like all the supplies that are in your box. And then it gives you a step-by-step tutorial of something you can make with these supplies. So that's pretty cool. I like to keep that for my kids, so when they're using these, they experiment. So we have some water brush markers, which I think they're probably just like regular water brush markers. We'll check those out. We have a Japanese traditional, looks like another watercolor type brush. We have a pencil, a graphite pencil. We have a liner brush. I like these. We have a Copic multi-liner. This one looks like it's in like a blue and a 0.3 tip. And what's great is they always give you paper to try the supplies on. So we have a watercolor pad. Alright, that's what came in my December box, and we're going to test out these materials together. Okay, so I have unboxed all the material, and I actually undid them all. So when you open up this box, these are the watercolor markers. Okay, so let's test them out together. Alright, so what I'm going to do first is, I normally just like to just take a piece out. So this is actually Van Gogh brand watercolor. It's 4x6. It's 140 pounds. So it's pretty thick. Okay. And it is cold press. So cold press just mainly means that it's going to hold a little bit better quality of the watercolor itself. I'm not going to be doing the tutorial instructions that they have here. I'm just going to do a quick drawing of a piece of fruit or something. Okay, so again, it gives you a graphite pencil, which is great for sketching. I'm just going to check out to see what colors I have here. So depending on these colors, what we can do. Maybe we'll do a couple of cherries, since I can use the red and the blue and the purple. Now you say, why would you use blue and purple for cherries? Well, I think I'm going to do a whole color theory series for you guys. When you're just drawing cherries, Now, I don't even have a reference photo. I'm just quickly sketching these out. Just like so. I don't even have an eraser on him. Or do I? On this pencil. I only have it on the pencil. So normally with watercolor, you do your drawing and then you would lightly erase your drawing. Because a B graphite pencil is a little bit on the heavier side, you would have to erase the markings a little bit. That's when I just tap that off. So that when you go in with the watercolors, you don't see your pencil markings. Okay. So let's start off. Let's test out. Now, I don't know if you have to shake them. I'm just shaking them. These are by the SKETCHBOX brand itself. So SKETCHBOX has been coming up with their own brand. It is a very thin tip. Now, what's my probably biggest con probably about something like this is I cannot control the intensity of my color, meaning I cannot add water like straight from the pen or dip this one in the pen, which is probably why they give you a liner brush. And I'm just gonna soften that up. I do have some water right over here. So yes. So I'm actually gonna, let's do something different on this one. I'm actually gonna start off with just drawing the outside of these. Just like this first. And then taking my brush. All right, yeah. So when you can use water to help bring in your colors. So sort of like those old school watercolor books we used to have as children in the 80s and the 90s, where everything was like outlined in a watercolor, and all you had to do was apply water, and it would you could color it in. Then I guess you can go in with the brush as well. Because yes, I'm just noticing now I'm not going to have a highlight on this one. So I would probably do it like how I just did this one, where I did the outline first, brought in the color, then used the paint to bring it in. So you could see the difference between how I did that. Now with color theory, you can use, since red is a warm color, you can use like a more of a cool tone, or you can use or you can also use the complementary color, which is green, to do shading. So if there was a light source, typically it would be like towards the bottom. So I added a little bit of green, just like that. And again, I'm just going to take a little bit of water to add that in. So again, the only thing that again, like I'm not liking is you can't add water to the color first and then add it in. This one I'm going to add a little bit of blue and see what this one does. So it looks like when you do the pen first and add more water to it, you get better control. I'm just taking a little bit of the purple because I couldn't get to do the highlights, so I'm just using the purple to make that part a little bit darker. You can kind of do the same thing on this one. I'm just going to go like towards the top part. Just to see how dimensional I can get this. What else do we got going on here? This is also a brush. I don't know if it might be this brown color. So let's check that out. And it is that brown color. You can tell I'm not even going with my original plan. Again, I did not have a reference photo when I first did this, so I'm kind of going off of my... So I'm doing brown as the base and then going over it with the green to make the green a little bit darker. I wish they would have gave me something to highlight with. We also have this lining brush, which is great for if you're one of those people that like to trace your watercolors. We're just going to trace this one with this brush, this pen. So some people like to give it that type of look. And then we also have this liner brush, which seems like it's more black. So I'm just going to use this to do some hatching of shade on this one, since I couldn't really get the shade too much on this one. But again, probably use it to add some shading this way as well. And again, I would probably prefer, I always like watercolor brushes much better than pens. But again, this is a great tool to practice different and do experimentation. So the liner does not spread like watercolor, so it's a lot more inkish than it should be. And I think that's all the tools we have here. I believe I do a brand new jelly pen. To kind of add in that highlight. So yes, it would be great if they came with like a jelly pen like this. So you can add in your highlights. Since it's very hard to control the amount of watercolor, having a highlighted pen would be great. You know, like I said, it comes straight out of the bottle or the tool itself, and like I wanted to make like that into a gradient sky, I guess. or a gradient, I would just add water to that and bring that down. So you can see what you can do with each color. So again, these are the colors it's coming with. Kind of like swatching them all for you. And like, I feel like they're not like blendable, meaning I'm not able to mix the colors to get different colors. So normally if you take the primary colors and you mix them together, you could get the secondary colors, and that's why they probably gave you primary and secondary colors. And there is a gold. Oh, no, like a yellow. And they kind of give you a skin tone color one too, I guess, if you're interested in doing like anime or character drawing or people portrait drawing with these. But you can see, you just need to add the water, which this one didn't work so well. Alright, so these are the Liquitex watercolor brushes that you can get. So thank you for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on this video.